Okay, guys, so we are on the last video of the series. So what we're going to do here is we are going to basically shift all our states from the board. We're going to bring it up and put it into our what's it called, game component, and so that we can maintain everything from here, so that we can add time travel and jump back in history if you want to undo moves. And we're going to see how to make dynamic lists and the key feature of dynamic lists and why it's important. Okay, so firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the board, and we are going to um, take out. First, we're going to take out the function to calculate the winner. Okay, this is not needed here anymore, and let's just put it into game. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to pick the state from here. So this dot state, and we can just copy this whole thing, and we can put the state here. Now, one more thing we want here is going to be history. Okay, because we want to maintain the history of the squares, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make this history equals to, and it's going to be a list colon list, and it's going to be a list of squares objects which has got squares, and squares is going to be picked up from here, and we're just going to do this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be, instead of using this dot state, we're going to be using the latest from history. Okay, so for initializing, we initialize squares directly inside history. Next we want is next. Okay, is x next is true. Yes, we want this to switch between crosses and knots, and we want another step number because we want to basically have a key e for each step in history, so that we can jump to it if needed. All right, so initial step number is going to be 0, so we're going to start from the 0th step and then increment it as we go along. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to remove all this information from here. We're going to pick this handle click function, and we're going to bring it into our game component. Now we're going to render, we are going to shift this handle click component a bit. So what we're going to do is, in the handle click component, first we are going to pull out history. Okay, so we're going to make a const called history, and we're going to pull out history from this dot state dot history slice history dot slice, and we want from 0th till this dot state dot step number, okay, plus 1. Okay, now next we want a const current. So what is the current state of the squares? And it's going to be history, and from history we're going to pull out history dot length minus 1. Okay, so we get the current object, and this current object is basically going to be an object which has got another key value pair of squares in it, which is going to be the current state. And what we're going to do is we are going to set squares to current dot squares dot slice, and the rest of the stuff seems pretty much the same. Another thing what we're going to do is, once we make the changes, okay, in now this part is not there anymore. This is going to be history becomes history that we pulled out dot concat. So we can do push, but push does not return a new variable. It basically mutates the existing array, and we don't want that. We want a new array. So what we're going to do, we're going to use concat, and we're going to add in another list, concatenate. We're going to pass it a list of, which is going to be squares equals to squares. All right, and this is going to have a comma, this is going to be the same, and then we're just going to increment step number. So step number is history dot length. Okay, so now let's see what's happening here. So we pull out history from the state. Okay, we take the current so history length minus 1 gets us the current history current state of the squares. We take a copy of it. So if we have a winner or the square is already occupied, we don't want to change it. Else we see if it's x is next or not is next. We discussed this earlier, and we insert whatever is the currently into our squares, and then because we want to maintain history, so we, instead of manipulating the last current history, we're going to append another object to it, and concat takes in another list and appends it to the existing list. So we pass in a list which has got an object of the current updated squares. So this is going to basically keep keep a state, keep a history of what all changes were made in the past. So every time a new change is made, that gets added to the list, this history, so we can jump back up if required. Okay, is x next is as we saw that if it's crosses input, now we need nots, and step number is basically at what the current step is. So we want history dot length to be the step number, because that is going to be the latest history or latest step, right? All right, that is done. All right, and what more we want to do is, now we want to also create a jump. So we want to jump from, say if we are at the 10th, we want to jump to the 5th state, right? We want to go 5 steps back, so we'll be numbering them. That's why we gave step number. And if you want to jump to the 5th step, we need to set our information accordingly. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we are going to create a jump to function. We're going to pass in step, saying that we want to jump to this step, and then we're going to do this dot set state, and here we're just going to set the state, and we're going to do step number to step, and step number to step, and what we're going to do is x next. Okay, so if, how do we know that what was x in the 5th state? So x in the 5th state was, if the step number is even, x the thing x is going to be x and if the step number is odd, it's going to be not, it's going to be crossed with not, because if you see 0 is going to always starts with x, so it's going to be x, then it's going to be o, then it's going to be x, then it's going to be o. All right, so is x next is going to be, if it's even, so let's just do if step percentage 2, so modulo 2 equals to 0. I'm sorry about that. Equals to 0, then we want it to be x, correct? And if it's not equals to 0, we want it to be not, correct? So if it's even, we want it to be true, so x is going to be next. If it's odd, we want it to be false, and not is going to be next. Okay, so we have this here. Now next we're going to be changing our board method a little bit more, but first I want to just fix our game method further. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take out the history now, so that we have the we're going to take out history from this dot state dot history, and we are going to pull out the current squares value. So we're going to give another const current equals to history dot length. No, we go instead of history dot length, we're going to use the step number, so that we don't because history dot length is going to be the latest one, right? But suppose we've jumped to step 5. In that case, we wanted to we want the board to represent what was at step 5 and not the latest one. That's why we're implementing time travel. So we're going to make it as this dot state dot step number. Okay, so that way we can we'll get current will have this board, the square array will be this at what at this step number what the square array was like, and that is what we're going to pass to board and render it. Okay, we are going to pass in const winner, and we are going to check for a winner. Winner equals to calculate winner, and we're going to pass in current dot squares. Now now we want to render a dynamic list which will contain all the moves that we had done at that particular point. Correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a variable const move. Okay, now we're going to map over history. Now history.map is a function that at each step it takes in one element from the history array. So okay, so history.map, we're going to call it a step, and we're going to call it a step and index position. So we're going to call it move. We're going to put the index position to the variable move, and each time we get this, we want to we're going to now make a variable called const description. So desc equals to, so if move is true, that is it has a value, then we give in we want to return go to move number and plus the move number, else I want to return go to game start. So if it's undefined, that means 0, we want to go to the start, else we want to go to the move number. Okay, so we get this part, and then we want to return every time this is called, we want to calculate what the description is going to be, and then we want to return a list item. Okay, now here's where I was talking about key. So key is a special React variable which is going to have it is supposed to have unique values. Now why this is so is if we delete a particular key, okay, from a dynamic list, if we delete a particular list item, if we have passed in a unique key every time, only that particular item will be deleted and the list will be re-rendered and pushed up. Okay, if you have not passed in a key parameter, the whole list is going to be re-rendered. Okay, all list items are going to be re-rendered, and that is a very huge performance issue if you have a large list. Okay, and it's not recommended, so it's always better to pass in a key parameter. React always throws a warning if you don't pass in a key parameter. Okay, so we're going to have a button. Now this button is going to have whatever we calculate from desc inside it. So okay, and on click what I want to do is we created the jump to function, so I want to call that. So on click jump to, okay, on click equals to, and I want to do this dot jump to, and where do I want to jump to? I want to jump to the move. So this move is basically representing the step number, so it's going to switch the step number. That step number is going to then again, this, since the state is changed, is going to re-render. This render method is going to be called. It's going to state, now the step number is going to be whichever we clicked here, and so that particular history is going to be pulled out. So that particular state of squares is going to be pulled out, and then that is what is going to be rendered here below. Okay, now let's just pull out the rest of the information. Let's just pull out this part from here, and we'll pass it in. We'll pass it in to this. Okay, so let's just pull this out and let's paste it here underneath this. Okay, so we can calculate the status from here, and if there is a winner. Now next, okay, so now that we have our status set, let's just push this status variable here. Let's finish this to do. Okay, and now this is game history is basically going to be the list element. So we're going to make it moves, and let's make this also moves. Okay, now now we need to pass in the current state to our board for rendering. So we're going to make a prop called squares, and to squares we are going to pass in current dot squares, and we're going to pass in another prop called on click, which is going to basically take a parameter I. So arrow functions can take a parameters like this, and it's going to call this dot handle click for I. Okay, now we are just going to refactor our board also to accept these. So let's just remove this extra space. Okay, and let's make this dot props dot squares dot I, and let's change this to this dot props dot on click of I. Cool, and let's just remove this status because we've moved it up to our gaming, and let's just handle this warning as well. So in game line 41, let's go to line 41, let's make this a triple equals to. Okay, so now we don't have any warnings or errors. Let's just test this out. So you see we have x, not x, you can't double click it, and you can go back to previous state. All right, and let's see, you can maybe let's, okay, so x is the winner. Okay, you can go to the game start. All right, so there you have it. We have created our React web tic-tac-toe web app. So you've learned class-based components, you've learned functional components, you've learned about states, you've learned about the on-click, your class name, how to handle lifting up of states, passing information across components, all that stuff. All right, so hope this was helpful to you guys. If you have any queries, if you have any questions about this, please reach out to me in the comments, and if you have any feedback on the way I teach, please get back to me. Also like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching. We'll be coming up with more videos, so please stay tuned. All right guys, awesome, bye.
Like, share, subscribe. Press the bell icon and follow us on Instagram to get notifications for our latest videos.